We are back, everyone. It's the Pitre Podcast. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is a struggle ep. This is a struggle ep. What I mean by that is your boy's down horrendous right now, man. I'm congested as fuck. Freaking sneezing hurt my neck. What kind of shit is that, bro? How does sneezing hurt your neck? Like, what kind of old gay shit is that? Like, why am I sneezing so hard that is affecting the nerves in my fucking neck? Like, what are we doing, bro? Anyway, getting all this fucking garbage. So my neck is hurting, fucking head is hurting, congested, fucking bloated as fuck. My foot might be fractured, my right foot, because someone doesn't know how to play fucking defense in soccer and just fouled the shit out of me. Bro, your boy's down bad right now, man. I am not doing well. This is a struggle cast. This is a struggle episode. And yeah, I'm persevering and pulling through and moving forward for the cast, man, for you guys. So be fucking appreciative because I'm in so much pain right now. Anyway, listen, we're gonna talk about story time with Trey again. So last episode we talked about P Diddy and a trial and all that stuff was really disgusting and sad and disappointing and what the fuck is coming to his world and country, and that dude is just a sick individual. So I want to talk about things more of a lighter note, and I'm not editing the sniffles out, bro. You got to deal with the sniffles. I'm down bad right now. I'm working for it. I'm working through this for you, so you got to work with me here. So the sniffles are staying in. Anyway, I want to do the story time with Trey part 2. I feel like Storytime with Trey is really fun to do. I have a ton of stories of, when I was a kid, teenager, as an adult that I personally find hilarious. Hopefully you guys find it hilarious too. This episode probably won't be that long, gotta be honest with you. But yeah, let's kick it off, man. I think a lot of the stories that I had in that initial first Storytime with Trey were of when I was like in middle school and stuff. One that just came to my mind before I even started the episode was that when I was a kid, I had to be in 6th grade. So we're going back to Yonkers. And I used to walk home. So I used to live right by, if you're familiar with the geography of Yonkers, Gordon High School. At the time, I moved like 16 times in my life. And during this time I lived right near Gordon High School, essentially, right? And Commerce is basically down the hill from Gordon High School. Yonkers is nothing but hills. Yonkers has so much fucking hills. I think it's like within the top 10 like hilliest cities in the US. Like it's nothing but hills, like massive fucking hills. It's like a mini San Francisco, just not as gay. So Yonkers is always fucking hills, man. So I'm always just walking through hills and just fucking thugging it out like Moses. But there's a big ass hill from Gorton to Commerce, basically. So where I used to live to Commerce Middle School, which got shut down right after I attended because it was terrible and ghetto as fuck. Anyway, so that hill is at least like a 20-minute walk, right? So that's the same hill that if you listen to the last Storytime with Trey episode where I tried to pee and couldn't get my dick out in time and fucking pissed over myself, same hill. Same year, same grade. This has to be a couple months apart. Why was everything happening? Crazy shit happening during that time. I don't know why. So I'm walking home, right? It's relatively normal. I don't got to pee. We don't have any of that bullshit to deal with. So I'm walking home. It's a spring day. Fucking back then, my hair was all gelled up and shit, looking like a Mexican. Like I was in 6th grade, right? Everyone looks ugly in middle school. There's no one who's pretty in middle school. If you peaked in middle school, you probably look horrendous now. So I'm walking from Commerce, going to my crib. I had to be about like 75% of the way. So if anyone who is familiar with that specific hill, like you kind of get an understanding of where I was. So basically, there's no one around. That walk, for the most part, you didn't really see a lot of people, especially at the time of the day that I was walking, which is right after school. You don't see a lot of people out there during that time. It's like fucking 2:30. All the adults are at work and that kind of shit. So it's pretty empty, right? The only people I would see is if that, like the Gordon High School kids walking down the hill and me walking up the hill, but I didn't see them all the time. So in this particular case, it was empty as fuck. So I'm walking and Car stops, right? There's two dudes in the car. I don't know. I don't remember how they look. Because from the angle, I couldn't really see their faces, and they just look like shadows in my brain. I don't know why. So I didn't really understand how they look or remember how they look, excuse me. They just look like shadows, essentially. So they stopped the car in the middle of the road. And I don't think there's any lights on that street either. I think it's just stop signs. So they stopped the car. Dude rolls down the window, excuse me. He's like, yo, do you want a ride home? Like, I see you walking this street like every day, and I live like basically a couple houses away from you. Like, I can just drop you off home. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm like 11 years old right now, right? And even I, as an 11-year-old, I understand that this is weird. Like, I'm not getting no fucking car with you, out of your fucking mind. Like, I'm not gonna get in a car with these two random ass men. So I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Thank you though. The guy was like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So he just waved and keep driving. Now, as an 11-year-old, you're not really recognizing cars or any of that stuff. And Yonkers is a fairly big city, so like, it's not one of those small communities where everyone kind of knows each other and you know your neighbors and stuff. That's really not the case here. So I don't recognize the people. I don't even remember their faces. I don't recognize the car. So I highly doubt those guys just wanted to give me a ride home and they fucking saw me every day walking. More than likely, bro, they wanted to tear my little boy bussy up, bro. They wanted to get in my bussy and just fucking demolish it, bro. They would have destroyed my bussy, man. Like, they would have did terrible things to me if I would have got in that vehicle. And I understood it while it was happening. I understood, yo, if I go in that car, my rectum is getting wrecked. Like, I understood it right from the jump as an 11-year-old. Yo, if I get in that car, they're bodying my bussy. And I cannot get in that car. No matter what, I cannot get in that car. So that's probably what they wanted to do in retrospect. Then again, listen, I don't know those guys. I don't remember their faces. I don't remember the car. I just don't think I remember the conversation. But that is weird, and they just probably want to fuck the shit out of me, unfortunately, because there's a lot of sickos out there that want to do that shit to kids, and I don't understand why. So, yeah, I dodged a bullet there for sure that day, which I feel like a lot of people kind of had those instances, especially if you have like freedom as a kid and you weren't ultra sheltered by your parents. You probably had those run-ins of like that creepy weirdo here and there or something like that, where it's like, yo, I gotta stay away from this person as much as possible. And here's an example of that, man. So shout out to me for not getting in that getting in that fucking sedan and getting my shit wrecked, bro. Dead ass. Anyway, moving forward. So we're gonna go back, like, I want to say at that time I was 11. So we're going back to when I was like, I want to say 8 or 9 years old. So 2-3 years prior to that. So during that time, I used to live right across the street from Pelton Park. So Pelton Park is in the south side of Yonkers. It's right by Getty Square or South Broadway, excuse me. And that big building that's attached to that auto shop, which has been there for fucking decades, and where Pizza Barn used to be, I live right across the street in that big ass building, right? So the block now, because I've been through there like a couple years ago, I want to say 2-3 years ago at most, doesn't look too bad. Back in the day, though, I think it looked a little bit worse, especially that building. But anyway, I used to live right around there for a couple of years. In this instance, we're hanging out with some kids on the block. When I was a kid, I had too much freedom. Way too much freedom. Like, I can fucking, like, leave the house, not even announce that I'm leaving, just fucking leave for hours on end, come back without no one to question where I would be. Like, I had way too much freedom on my hands when I was a kid. A lot of the times, I just hung out in the block. Like, I wasn't venturing throughout Yonkers and fucking finding adventures in that way. Like, when I was a kid, bro, I was usually outside of the building, just chilling with other kids in the building or other kids that lived in the neighborhood, or like basically just hang out within their neighborhood. I really wouldn't venture too far, especially because we had a park right across the street. So if it wasn't in front of the building, I like go to the park or some shit. So I I wasn't conversing through all of Yonkers. I was just mostly just chilling within my individual neighborhood, but still I had way too much freedom. Anyway, so in this particular case, we're basically within their neighborhood, right? And we're in back of another building. Me and my brother hanging out with a few kids that we've never met before. Honestly, it's so weird how kids can just like make friends. You know, kids can literally just, you don't even know you just met this person 2 minutes ago, and you just hang out for the whole day and just become your friend. Like, that's just like kids for you in a way, you know? That doesn't happen with adults. For adults, it's like so hard to make a friend, or for someone to like, for someone for you to actually relate to. But that's just the beauty of being a kid. Anyway, so we're hanging out with some kids we never met. I think it was like 2 of them we knew prior, but a lot of them we never met. So we're in back of this building, right? And within this building, there's like a shed for garbage. So we were hanging out on top of that shed. So there was a shed for garbage, right? That's here. You have a pile of metal here, right next to it. And then from the pile of metal, you have 2 thrown out mattresses here. So we're jumping off of the shed of garbage over the pile of metal into the dirty mattresses. Like, that's just being a kid. In hindsight, bro, like if I put myself in the mindset of being a kid back then, I wouldn't have done any of that shit. That shit just sounds disgusting. Like fucking jumping and falling into that thrown out mattress that probably has fucking bed bugs and fucking semen stains and all the other bullshit. Like, that doesn't sound appealing. But as a kid, it's like the funnest thing ever. So we're jumping over the shed. We're jumping on a shed over the fucking metal, which if we were to miscalculate and fall in that metal, we're fucked. Everyone's getting fucking, I think it's called tetanus. Is that what it is? Where you fall, like you get stabbed with rusty metal or some shit. Forgot the name of it. But anyway, we would have got fucked, essentially, if we would have fell in the metal. So this is a bunch of scrap metal. So we're jumping over the metal, landing on the mattress. We're doing that for hours, doing flips and shit, getting crazy. So you have the mattress, right? You have a gate to the right of the mattress and like a boulder to the left of the mattress. So you only got to fall on the mattress. You don't have room for error. You have to land on this fucking mattress, or else you're landing on either metal, fence, or boulder. So from the back of that building, there's like, you can traverse, essentially, climb up the boulder, climb up the rocks, and there's like a back of another building. So it's the back of another building that's fenced off, overlooking the back of this building. So right where the mattress is, you got the boulder, then you have the back of this building, right? So my older brother, we're divided by 1.5 years, so we're very close in age. So at the time, I'm probably like 8, he's like 10. So he gets a genius idea to climb the boulder, go to the top of the backyard of the other building, which I had to say was around like 15 to 20 feet high, jump off of that onto the mattress. So the kids that we were chilling with, they were like, yo, I dare you. Like, you know, just being kids, like, yo, I dare you to do it. You're not going to do it. You're a fucking pussy. Like, they didn't say that, but basically it's like a little kid language. That's what they were saying, essentially. So he goes up. So Christian says, my brother, he says, yo, I'm going to do it. And I told him, like, yo, if you do it, I do it, on some thug shit, on some fucking, you know, Toretto Familia shit, you know, like for family type shit. So I said, yo, if you do it, I'm doing it. So he goes up, he climbs up, I climb up, all the fucking little kids climb up, and he fucking, my brother was a wrestling nut, still is a wrestling nut. He does like the fucking, the bullshit that Jeff Hardy used to do, like the hand sign shit before doing a swanton bomb. He didn't do a swanton bomb, that would have been crazy. So he did that shit, then he jumps off, right? So he jumped off 15 to 20 feet, which as a kid, 15 to 20 feet feels like 60 feet. So he jumps off 15, 20 feet from this ledge to the fucking mattress. And literally right after he did it, I did it. Like, he jumped. 2 seconds later, I jumped, right? So he jumped. He hit the mattress. Like, we landed on our knees on the mattress. Thank God we didn't break anything. We didn't feel anything, whatever. So he landed on his knees in the mattress. And he landed on the mattress. Then he hit the gate right next to the mattress. I hit the mattress. Then I ricocheted to the boulder. I was fine. His leg got caught in the gate. There was some lady that was overlooking the whole thing. She called the police. We had to run up out of there. That's out of that story. But basically, if we were to overshoot while we jumped, we would have landed 15 to 20 feet either on the fence, on the boulder, or in a pile of scrap metal. So, and it was a twin mattress. We're not talking like a king-size mattress. So the margin for error is extremely small. But thankfully, nothing happens to us. So I don't even think my freaking parents know that story, but my brother definitely remembers it. And yeah, that's just kids doing kid shit, man. And during that time, dude, we were just, especially when we lived in that building, man, we hang out with the other kids in the building. We would just do crazy shit, dude. We would just bug out. I don't even know if I brought this up in the last episode. Or probably not, because I don't want to repeat the same story, because I don't exactly remember, which is taking the shopping cart to Pelton Park and going down it. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check, man. Let me reference the last episode. That's Storytime with Trey. See if I talked about that story. If I didn't, I'll bring it up with Storytime with Trey Part 3, because that's an amazing story. But yeah, we'd just be chilling on the block, chilling with our friends, climbing. There's like some cherry blossom tree outside the building. We'd fucking climb that tree to like 20 feet in the air, just chill up there. Any adults walking by, we talk shit to the adults. Like, there'd be some woman walking by, we'd be like, yo, you ugly. She would like look around and see, yo, who the fuck said that? You know, it's just some stupid ass kids hanging up this cherry blossom tree 20 feet up, you know. There was another instance where my cousin came over, right, from my mom's side, and he's the same age as my brother, me and my brother, and he's the only cousin that was our age. All the other cousins from my mom's side are far older than us. So he's over, we're chilling. My parents had us way too young, bro. When my dad I was like 10 years old when my dad was my age. You know, so he had us way too young. Both my parents had us way too young. So at this time, it was probably in the same year. I think it was like 8, 9 years old. So my dad had the genius idea, because we were bored in the crib. We're like, yo, we're going to go outside. He gave us paintballs, like, you know, for paintballing. And it splattered yellow and green paint. So he gave it to us. He's like, go crazy. Basically, he was like, yo, take these paintballs, have a blast outside. We looked at him and say less. So we started, because when you throw a paintball hard enough, it explodes. So we threw the paintballs all over the front of the building. He didn't tell us where to throw it. He just said go crazy. So we went crazy. And we started throwing it all in the front of the building, man. The whole front of the building was plastered in green and yellow paint. And the super was fucking furious. But he didn't know who did it. So, I think he even asked me and my brother, like, did you guys do this? And we're like, no. So he didn't know who did it. We just plastered the whole front of the building with yellow and green paint. But one good thing did come out of it. So at that time, there was like a creaky old ass wooden door for the front of the building. Like an old ass wooden door where, like, as an 8-year-old, I could have kicked that shit down. Like, that door was terrible, you know, like, it was bad. And a lot of the tenants, I was over here, I overhear the adults and shit, they would complain about that shitty ass door being there, because there's no protection for that door. I mean, you're not exactly living in a good neighborhood, and having a fucking creaky ass old ass wooden door, it ain't saving nobody. It's not stopping nobody. So a lot of them wanted a metal door. Me and my brother plastered that fucking door. We plastered that brown, ugly fucking old door with yellow and green paint to the point where they had to get rid of the door and put in some new state-of-the-art metal doors, which are still there today. So Shout out to me and my brother for getting the tenants the metal door that they wanted. Because it wasn't for us taking action, those fucking wooden doors would probably still be there till today. But yeah, man, whenever you tell kids to go do something, you have to make sure you're doing a specific detail. Because if not, they're just going to do whatever the fuck they want. Talking about a story with the metal door. So this is like, I think it was that winter of that year. So the metal doors are already in place. I remember I was like arguing with my brother or some shit. Like all the kids were outside. It snowed. Like back in the day, man, I missed the days where it was snow. Like you had real snowstorms every single year. Every single year there would be like at least it would at least snow like 5 feet over the course of that winter. Every single year growing up as a kid. You know, like so you actually got to play in snow in the Northeast. I feel like today, dude, it hasn't snowed. Seriously, we haven't had a snowstorm in like 5 years. Since 2021, we haven't had a snowstorm. That's insane. You know, I remember that. Actually, since 2020, we haven't had a snowstorm. Not even 2021. That's fucking insane. Like, I remember, you know, the last snowstorm we had. And I was upstate when it happened. So I wasn't even in the city at the time. So it doesn't snow like that anymore, unfortunately. Maybe some places in the U.S., but definitely for the Northeast, man, like the New York, Philadelphia area, it just doesn't snow like that anymore, which sucks for the kids, man, because that's such a joyous time to be a kid when it's snowing. Global warming for you. Fucking is what it is. But anyway, so it was snowing outside. We're all frolicking in the snow, fucking throwing snowballs at each other, you know, trying to build a ghetto-ass snowman and all this other bullshit. We're hanging out and all this shit. And I remember I started arguing with my brother for whatever reason. I don't remember. We were just fighting over some little stupid shit. Again, we're close in age, so like that's gonna happen. So the metal door, right? That big ass metal door that I referenced before. So there was like a piece of wood somewhere in the back, and I was arguing with him, and I don't know why. Everyone else is inside. I'm the only one outside. So I stuck the piece, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna come back down, you know, when we warm up." I'm like, "No, don't come back. Like, fuck you." And I just stuck that wooden piece under the metal door, and like, you basically no one could get in and out of the building. Like, no one could get in the building, no one could get out the building because of the fucking wooden piece there. And like I remember one of our friends at the time who lived in the same building as us. We lived in the second floor and the fifth floor. Like he started crying. He's like, "How are we gonna eat? How are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do that?" And the other kids like, "Bro, we're in the building. We're not locked out. We're fine. He's the one outside. He's fucked." So thankfully, like 20 minutes later, my dad comes home from work. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, why is there a wooden piece under the metal door?" I told him I put it there. I was arguing with Christian. So he had to take this shit out, which took him like 20 minutes. Finally, he got it out. I don't even believe he scolded me. He just went up upstairs. But he had this kid fucking crying, saying, "Yo, we're not going to eat. We're not going to do other shit." And it's like, bro, you're in the building. Like, you're fine. You're literally in the building. Man, fucking being a kid. Gotta love it. Trying to think of another story. I want to think of something that's within my teen years and not something that's still as a kid. I'm kind of stuck on two stories right now. They're on the top of my head. All right, I'm gonna tell this one because this one's pretty funny. So I was in high school at the time. So I had long hair, man. I had long hair looking like Jesus Christ, bro. Literally long hair. No fucking beard, couldn't grow a beard, just some long ass wavy / curly hair, man, looking like a Puerto Rican Jesus. So I'm in high school. I'm in 11th grade. I think my brother's in 12th, or he had just graduated high school. One or the other. I think he had just graduated high school. So we're in my uncle's van, right? We're in his van. And this van at the time was 20 years old, 25 years old. Now, he still got the motherfucker. That van is like 40 years old, essentially. Like, the brakes are shot. You can't check how much gas is in the car. you don't know you don't know how fast you're going. Like, the van is shot, bro. The van is shot. Anyway, so the van was shot back then, the van was shot now. So I remember he had this ex, right? Their relationship was pretty toxic or whatever. So we went to Cross County. We're still in Yonkers. We went to Cross County, right? I got French braids in. My hair is braided. I got two big ass braids, and she was looking fly as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, the long hair with the French braids making me look extra Puerto Rican, but that shit was heat, son. Like, that shit was fire, man. I had two freaking black bitches in my class, in chemistry class in high school, braiding it that day. Like, shit was lit, bro. So anyway, I got the two big French braids in. I'm chilling with my brother, same brother referenced in the last story. And we see, like, we meet up with his ex-girlfriend that they had a little toxic relationship with, and her friend was bad. She was a baddie at the time. So we're hanging out with them. We get high with them. Yes, we get high with them. I wasn't sure if we got high with them. We got high alone and met with them, but we met with them and got high with them. So we're in Cross County. We got high with them. We're high as fuck. We're walking around Cross County. Typical Yonkers teenager shit, right? They about to see a movie. They asked us if we wanted to see a movie. I thought about seeing the movie. I was like, yo, I'm down to see a movie. I'm high as fuck. Like, I want to see a movie. That's going to be funny as shit. Like, we out. My brother is like, nah, I don't want to see a movie. Like, I'm good. Then they start arguing. So he started arguing with the girl. He's yelling at her. We're right in front of the movie theater, Cross County. We're both high. All four of us are high. I'm like, yo, it's not that serious. Like, we could see a movie, not see the movie. We're not going to see the movie. Let's just go. Like, why the fuck are we arguing with them when they're about to go see a movie? Anyway, he leaves, right? We leave. We're just like, yo, let's just head home. We're done. Like, we're blasted for today. So we walk to the parking lot. We get in my uncle's fucking van, and we have to get out of the parking lot. We're high as fuck. Like, we're beyond blasted, right? And we can't, and we're in a 25-year-old van, a beat-up van at the time. And we're trying our hardest to get out of this parking lot, and we can't get out of the parking lot. Like, we can't find the fucking exit, you know? Like, it's one of those parking lots that are closed off, essentially. So we're literally driving around, and we can't find the exit because we're so fucking high. And we do that for like 10 minutes. I'm not even shitting you, bro. We're like struggling to find this. He's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. So we're both high. We can't find the fucking exit. So he runs over a curb. Like you know, like the barriers between parking spaces, the front and the back, the curb. So he runs over that, and this is like a 25-year-old van. Like, you're gonna fuck the whole van up. So he goes over the curb. The fucking car, jumps up like 5 feet and shit. We're like, yo, and I'm just like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? He's like, yo, I just hit the curb, and we just started dying, bro. So we're still struggling to figure this shit out. It got to the point where Cross County has security. So Cross County security stopped us. And they're like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? You guys good? We're like, yeah, we're just trying to get out the parking lot. It's like, yo, the exit's over there. We're like, oh, thank you. We finally get out of there and get into the highway. But it literally took us like 20 minutes to get out of a fucking parking lot, stoned, and running over curbs in an old-ass van that could fall apart at any moment. But yeah, there was a ton of times as a teenager to me and my brother just got high and just did the dumbest shit imaginable, which in hindsight and even back then is hilarious. But your boy has a headache. My fucking neck hurts. I'm going to end it with that. I hope you guys enjoyed these stories as much as I enjoy them. Definitely Storytimer Tray is going to be a thing moving forward. So every couple episodes I throw in a Storytimer Tray until I don't have any stories anymore. Then I got to make new stories, you know. Then I got to do more wild shit to keep up the trend. But hope you guys enjoy this episode. Again, I feel terrible. I'm going to have to edit this shit after, so I'm not having the time of my life today. So I thugged it out for you guys. Please enjoy it. And I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.